G'day. Now, if I ever ran a scam, and I would just remove the websites, all the social media, and make it incredibly hard for people to track it down. But for some reason, these guys, even though like yesterday was the last day for me, Rob, and a lot of other people, that we now know it's a scam. So why am I getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to have a look to see why is the meetings reached capacity and no one can get in the Zoom meeting? Why? Because are people outraged? Are they trying to storm the castle? The village people are invested for a $500 license. Lucky, you may be looking at the thumbnail thinking, what the heck is Danny doing here? Because what I will do actually is I'll bring up the thumbnail just so you can get a good look at it. Be rude not to. Of what's while we're doing this, I'm trying to. It's like playing tennis here, trying to get the game going, so to speak. Let me see if I can put that thumbnail there. So let's see if I can make that a picture. All right, so let's go present, share screen, and we're going to go to the window here. So as you can see, there is actually a picture here of Lucky and Shavez. Now, they've been the two maestros here, haven't they, really, for the whole lot? Now, Lucky was on a plane on the way from London to Dubai for a business trip, traveling. And that photo is where I got that. Now, one would think, well, when do they give it up? When do they stop, pretending that this is actually going to happen? I do not know. But we've got the meeting has reached capacity. So I've got a bit of a surprise for you. I've got a video that I've been preparing, and I'm going to start playing it now. And when you listen to this now, we'll jump in.
Do something, don't do it. But I don't know why. He's a self-professed.
So I'll just play that while I'm trying to get into the Zoom meeting. Now, this means because I'm running 3 Zoom meetings at the moment, it's got the sound's going to be a bit jumpy, but you'll get just a bit. But this video actually getting uploaded right now in real time, and I thought I'd play it while we're waiting to get into the Zoom. I've already got one there, so it looks like they've rebooted the Zoom meeting. If you're trying to get into the Zoom meeting, now's the time. And I'll play this while we're waiting, and we'll be laughing, as they say. Have a play of this.
We gave Danny the
You know what? If you don't want to do something,
Well, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Hopefully.
want to do something, don't do it. But I don't know why. He's a self-professed savior of everybody in the world. Maybe his name is Oz.
No, I think it was the other guy just coming back with multiple accounts, it looks like.
No, but I think it's Oz.
I don't know. I think it's Idiot. First name Idiot, last name Asshole. Excuse the French. Obviously, they have some psychological issues, and they were scarred as a young child or something, maybe. I don't know. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's Mike and Mike back here out of retirement. I know a lot of people heard we had retired from the industry. Thank you for coming this afternoon. Most of you have been on our webinars of some kind before. We have a guest speaker, and before we get with him real quick, we're going to remind you, in case you're old and senile like I am and forgetful, how this platform works. Mike, you want to go ahead and touch
Yeah,
that?
and I do want to add that there's only one reason that we quote unquote came out of retirement. This is not something we're going to ever do again, because this is the first program that I know I personally in 15, 16 years have seen that has true transparency. You're going to learn more about that today. But in the meantime, what you'll see is you've been typing in the chat, and you can see two columns listed. One that's highlighted that says chat. There's one next to it that says Q&A. And if you've got a question.
Right. Well, would you believe this meeting was originally recorded back on the 29th of January? I think I've got my dates wrong. I didn't think it was that long ago, but we did have Mike and Mike just recently come out and do another meeting where they were promoting a different arbitrage, a fake arbitrage trading platform. So it's a bit of a laugh. Anyway, I've got 3 connections. They've rebooted all the meetings as they do for some reason, and we should be able to get in there. But in the meantime, for your viewing pleasure, watch Dumb and Dumber do what they do well. And then when we get a live connection with what do they call that, people? With Boomerang, we will go and drop everything for that. I'll just make sure that my sound is doing what it's doing. It's probably not. It's probably coming from I'm not using my professional mic. Oh, I am using the proper mic, and hopefully I'm coming across reasonably well. I'm having a look at the virtual background. I have my green screen enabled. I've got 2 browsers. We're ready to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. But let's carry on listening to Dumb and Dumber and Shavez, because now you can listen to him oozing out with lies about how wonderful his program is. This will be a bit of a nice intro to the meeting today. I don't even know what the hell they're going to do. I'm insinuating that they're going to do a runner. There's never going to be any Shavez or Lucky again. I reckon that Lucky is on the way to Dubai, to be with her love of her life, and they're going to run away with your money. That's what I reckon. I don't know about you guys. Participate in the poll, and I'd love to know what you think is going to happen next, because as yesterday was D-Day, there's no way it's going to launch. There's just going to be a whole pile of excuses, and they just roll it over another week, and then they sell a whole lot of new licenses. But I think yesterday was D-Day for me and D-Day for a lot of people. So let's see what happens. Anyway, let's go and listen to Dumb and Dumber at the moment until we see some action.
Click on the Q&A column and type your question in there. With this many people on, several hundred people, then what's going to happen is the questions can get mixed in the chat. So be sure and put your question in the Q&A, because we're only going to have a limited time for question and answer later, and we want to cover it over in that column. If for any reason you have a problem, a connection problem, you can't hear us, you can't see us, it typically happens because of an internet on your end of your connection. There's a lightning bolt or a reconnect button that you'll see at the top of the page. If you click that, it'll create a new connection for you and should resolve the problem. But
real quick, let's address the answers and questions and answer. I'm going to ask everyone, do not type any questions into the chat until Mr. Shavez have went through his entire presentation. Chances are, I've been to 3 of his presentations. He will answer 99% of your questions before you even ask them. So give him a chance to answer your question before you type it in there. And he has to answer it again because you typed it in there. Please be patient. Give him time. As Mike said, we were in retirement. We weren't doing no more network marketing. Excuse me while I try to turn off my other annoying things here. Here we go. And so we came out because a few people brought this to me, and I was like, no. I heard Sam Lee, we are Satoshi. Hell no. And after learning that Sam is not involved in this in any way, shape, or form, I gave it 30 minutes to try and convince me. And when I saw what you're going to see on here, I changed my mind. I'm like, wow, this is something, the most transparent program I have ever seen. in 16 years in this space because we were done. We were not more than done. We were burnt done. We were not coming back. There was no way in hell we were coming back into this space. And this man here and what he's designed and will show you.
Okay, we are going to cut across live. I just need to get the right window up in line, and then I'll figure out the sound in a second. So thank you for, hope you're enjoying the experience today. Flying Air Danny, 900 and what have we got? 990, well, basically 991 people. It's Grace, and we'll see if we can get the audio going. And here we go.
Mainly because you are all here. You are all here. You're all excited. And this is a wonderful opportunity for you to have invited some folks to be able to hear this presentation. Make sure that they have thanked you first, and also that you get together with them afterwards to go ahead and get them started if they wish to, after performing due diligence. So today, make sure that you have your pen and paper or notebook ready so you can jot down some notes and jot down some questions, please. And once you're ready, we're going to go ahead and get started. And with a person who has become just a master presenter, who has been in this industry for quite some time, who exudes the enthusiasm and knowledge for this particular project, who's climbing the ladder of success in this particular project and understands what it takes and who explains everything for you from A to Z on how to get started.
So just carrying on business as normal,
how to get things all set up for you so you can be well on your way to success. He's also developing great expertise in MetaMask security. I welcome, and you help me to welcome, my good friend, Shavez DAO.
Nearly forgot to unmute myself. Then good evening, everybody. It's my for you.
Why do they
on
record the
UK
meetings?
prime time, and what an exciting time to be here. Many of us, I'm in my 50s. Many of us who are in our 50s, have witnessed many changes in the technology world over those years. But I don't think there's ever been anything that's quite as exciting as we're experiencing now. And it's my pleasure to be able to present that for you. So let us begin.
You're going to read your own disclaimer, are you? And why did they got the peasants running this for?
General disclaimer. Welcome to the We're All Satoshi official presentation on Affiliate Marketing Model 2.0. All presenters are providing their services on a volunteer basis.
Why?
Their views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of the...
So the reason why they're doing this is because they get 65% of the money. Now, interesting enough, we have seen some new smart contracts written by the same outfit that's been writing this. So there is some activity, but we don't know why, or more importantly, for what reason. But yes, so it's business as normal for everyone. But just remember that 65% of your money goes back to these affiliates who are running these meetings as volunteers.
Affiliate marketing cautiously and curiously. General disclaimer. Welcome to the We're All Satoshi official presentation on Affiliate Marketing Model 2.
And just remember, they are claiming to be a DAO. In this very presentation, they'll claim to be a DAO, and they have been struck off, and that the DAO has been archived. So I don't know why they're not addressing in the room.
On Affiliate Marketing Model 2.0. All products, services, their component parts and operating methods and systems either provided by or created by We Are All Satoshi, belong solely to We Are All Satoshi. All IPs are protected. Anyone copying, distributing, or reselling any We Are All Satoshi product without express permission risks serious legal consequences. Any unauthorized broadcasting, live streaming, or social media sharing of We Are All Satoshi presentations is strictly prohibited.
When they read that
Downloading and re-uploading presentations without permission violates copyright law and may lead to legal consequences.
Now, guys?
Fantastic. So that's the housekeeping done. So let's begin. So I'm presenting for you this evening Affiliate Marketing 2.0, brought to you by We Are All Satoshi and in partnership with Boomerang. Now, We Are All Satoshi is an online platform dedicated to bringing you innovative products that have either been created by the CEO or have been discovered within
we all know
the
this
tech
presentation, don't we? And we just
Affiliate Marketing 2.0
but
is all about resetting the benchmark of a reputation of an industry that has been so badly abused over the last few decades.
Let's have this picture.
That it has become very difficult to discern whether an affiliate marketing program is real, legitimate, or trustworthy. But Affiliate Marketing 2.0 wants to change that by being a product-led company, bringing you innovative products that do what they say they're going to do, that deliver what they say they will deliver. Now, all of this is created by Shavez. He's our CEO, and he is creating an ecosystem of products. So this is just the beginning. And his goal is to give the power back to the community, every single one of us, helping to secure liquidity and to ensure sustainability through 140 years of mining journey. Now, that's quite a statement, ensuring the sustainability through 140 years of mining journey. What does that mean? Well, being a product-led company, that means that we must have products. And this is the first of our products. This was our flagship product that launched in...
Now, did anyone hear whether Shavez is going to show today or not? I didn't get the very start of the meeting, even though I were there before time. I would like to know, anyone in the chat room, please let us know. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm playing an old video, but we are listening to the real actual meeting. But if we listen to the actual meeting now, we're just going to listen to Joe, which we are listening to Joe, but he's just playing the same old pitch deck. One part I am going to flip back to is where he shows that they are a DAO, because the DAO has been scrapped.
Here today,
it's
gone
been
tomorrow.
By the state
but
of Wyoming.
As it turns out, Bitcoin birthed $1 trillion industry. And I think it was only last month, maybe the month before, that it had its next halving, or most recent halving, and hit a new all-time high of around $72,000. And that is probably beyond many people's expectations. But for the average everyday person, how do we benefit from Bitcoin? Its value is so high. And for most of us, we simply don't have the capital to put into Bitcoin to benefit long term. So, time. Well, Shavez came up with a solution, and this was his solution. He recreated Bitcoin, copied it in every way. Bitcoin code is an exact duplicate of Bitcoin. It has a 21 million supply.
Back on their stage.
It has 7,200 coins released on a daily every 4 years. It is an exact duplicate. But of course, this is built with 21st century technology. So what does that mean for Bitcoin code? Well, firstly, it means that the Bitcoin code blockchain, known as BTC20 blockchain, is an EVM compliant blockchain. Now, that probably doesn't mean much to many of you, but what it does mean is that our blockchain has smart contract capabilities, and that means that companies from all around the world can come and launch their projects. They can launch their ICOs on our blockchain, and that gives Bitcoin code a huge utility. The next innovation for this is these NFT miners. Now, Bitcoin code.
I might turn my camera on if I'm able to and wave and lose one of my internet connections, and that might give us some more of our bandwidth. So have a look at the top and you'll see me there waving. How long do you think I'll last if I put my hand up, turn my camera on? Not long.
You need extensive cooling equipment to keep them from overheating. But Bitcoin code doesn't. Shavez spent the last 3 years of his life developing these NFT miners, which will allow you to mine Bitcoin code online 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for the next 140 years. So for only $50, you can begin your Bitcoin journey as if you were there 15 years ago. And these are our 3 NFT miners. The GT1X, which is only $50, the GT10X, which is only $500, and the GT100X, which is only $5,000. Bitcoin code is going to give you wealth for the future. But it's Boomerang is a fascinating concept, and it combines these elements: arbitrage trading, artificial intelligence, smart contracts, and zero collateral flash loans. So let's explore what each of these things is. Arbitrage involves exploiting price differences of the same asset in different markets or on different platforms. For example, if an asset is priced lower on one exchange and higher on another, traders can buy the asset on the cheaper platform and sell it on the more expensive one, profiting from the price differential. Arbitrage opportunities are often fleeting and require quick execution to capitalize on the price gaps. So this sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? You buy the undervalued asset over here, you sell it over there at a higher price, you make a profit. Fantastic. But you know, this is the crypto space. The crypto markets are very, very volatile. These price changes, as it says here, can come and go in the blink of an eye. So this takes experience, expertise. It takes a deep understanding of the various different crypto platforms for you to be able to buy the asset quickly, sell the asset, move the asset quickly, sell the asset quickly to be able to capitalize on that price differential. But because of the innovation, that's no longer required. You can simply perform an arbitrage with a simple click of a button. All of that experience, all of that expertise is all held within the specially developed AI and smart contracts within the programming.
Didn't last long.
Artificial intelligence, of course, we all know what artificial intelligence is. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the intelligence of machines or software, Richard, as opposed to the intelligence of other living beings, primarily human beings. Now, we've been using AI for probably a decade or more now. Certainly, most of us who have a smartphone will know artificial intelligence. There's barely an industry in the world now that isn't using artificial intelligence in one way or another.
This is
and
so
we
stupid.
are using it within the Boomerang.
One day you're going to look at this and think,
for
what
you
the
to be
hell
able to trade
did I get involved in this
arbitrage.
for? Did you really think that you
Smart
could get
contracts?
this much money
Now here's a
from
piece of
arbitrage
terminology
trading?
that we hear all
And
the
now
time.
you're going to think,
How many of us really understand what that is?
no one.
A smart contract is defined as a digital agreement that is signed and stored on a blockchain network, which executes automatically when the contract terms and conditions are met.
Whatsoever.
The terms and condition is written in blockchain-specific programming languages such as Solidity. Now, maybe that sounds, I mean, that's quite a good breakdown, but maybe it still sounds a little complicated for most people.
Lucky have solicited
a smart contract is essentially a piece of very special coding that has been written in
this is what they've really
a very
done,
specific way
Shavez,
to perform a very specific
I believe, works
function.
for Hypertech Group.
So you have a predefined
so himself just a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago, he was claiming that he
you'll have a
for
certain set of triggering
Hypertech
events
Group. And then Lucky,
will
well, she's the
begin, that
number
will
one
start
salesperson.
that smart contracts operation
And
to
now
execute
they
the
haven't
preset
launched.
programming
You
that
must
it was
wonder,
given, so that you
what
have a
did they
real-time
do with your
settlement
money?
or finalizing
Have you ever
of
wondered
that
that?
function.
Well,
Hopefully that
do you think
helps
they're
you
going to tell you, or
understand
do you
it a
think they're
little
just
bit
going to
more
keep stringing you
easily.
along?
The DeFi flash loan. I'd never heard of a flash loan before being introduced to Boomerang.
You didn't
Now,
even
a
know what
flash loan
arbitrage
is a
trading
relatively
was.
new
And
form
Joe
of
has told people that you
uncollateralized
can make
loan.
$1,500 a day.
They're
What
available
type
to
of
traders
company
on some
would actually give you
decentralized
a
finance
license where you can
protocol-based
generate 3
blockchain
times what they
networks?
charge for the
This
license in
type of
24 hours?
loan
But that's what Joe
allows
said would
traders
happen.
to borrow
He would know.
unsecured
Bit
loans
crackly tonight.
from lenders without a middleman. Now, this is a huge innovation for us.
Huge.
As you can see, the
Huge
flash loan is
innovation.
a facility that has until now only been available to traders and tech providers.
Oh,
But
and
the
it's still not
innovation of
available.
Boomerang is bringing this facility to the
All right,
average
let's go through some of
everyday
the comments.
person. But what does that mean for you?
What does
Well,
it mean?
as I was talking earlier about trading on a platform, you have
Here
to
we
have
go.
a lot of experience and knowledge. You also need capital.
Oh,
When you start out, you normally put maybe $300 or $400 on a platform, and you'll do a few test trades. Hope you'll win some, maybe you'll lose some. But of course, as you gain confidence, you could end up putting several $1,000s on that platform.
oh, so
That
Lucky's
means
giving us
that
an
that's a
update, is she?
considerable higher risk. You have to find that capital from somewhere. But because
I'll go find the
of the
update.
Boomerang platform,
And I'll
because
read it to you. While
of
he's
the
going on.
collaboration with these liquidity providers, that's no longer necessary. Boomerang is giving you the ability to trade by borrowing funds from a liquidity provider. That means, of course, that you are now trading risk-free because you do not need any of your own capital. We now have access to tens of thousands of dollars of trading allowance, specifically for the purposes of trading.
Alrighty. Okay.
When a flash loan has been issued, the smart contract rules ensure that the borrower pays back the loan.
Okay, so we do have an update from Lucky, and here it is. Try that again.
We have some excellent news from Shavez. The D app is now deployed on the main URL, and we are currently testing the live MVP. Congratulations to all. The new URL will be released once testing is complete. Stay tuned for more updates. Regards, Lucky.
Oh my God, they're pushing this to the limit. So just got to read that again in case you missed it.
We have some excellent news from Shavez. The D app is now deployed on the main URL, and we are currently testing the live MVP. Congratulations to all. The new URL will be released once testing is complete. Stay tuned for more updates.
Do you believe
Regards,
it? So it's
Lucky.
all ready to go on the new URL. So they haven't released the URL yet. But won't this be exciting? Oh, wow, that's a fantastic update. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the blockchain and look for any activity whatsoever that we're not going to find, because he's going to hide all this on the blockchain because he doesn't want his competitors that don't exist to copy the code that doesn't work. It's quite simple, really. Okay, back to the live meeting. But there you go. There's your update from the girlfriend, which was probably sent on a plane to the Bahamas, or they're sitting in their new apartment that they bought with your money, thinking about how they're going to spend it. Your money, that is. Okay, here we go.
Flash loan. You use that 10 Ethereum to buy the undervalued asset on exchange A. You then move it to exchange B, and you sell it for 11 Ethereum. And in the finalizing of this transaction, the 10 Ethereum flash loan is repaid. And that, of course, means that you are left with a 1 Ethereum profit. And where does that 1 Ethereum profit go? And this is the game changer part of this system. Of course, there is only one place, and that is to your MetaMask wallet. If you were trading on any other platform, that platform retains control of your profits until such a time as you choose to withdraw. And it's in that moment when you'll discover that you've probably got to wait a few days, maybe a month, or you're never going to be able to withdraw and you've actually lost everything. But not here. Not under the eye of We're All Satoshi and Boomerang. With this system, every cent of your profits from the first to the last remains in your control, and it goes directly to your MetaMask, which means you can withdraw at any moment. Nobody can prevent that from happening. Now, this is our dashboard. I don't believe this is the final version of the dashboard, because we now have a collaboration with CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, two of the biggest crypto aggregators in the space. We will be drawing information.
If you don't know what I'm looking at here, this is the state of Wyoming. This is the company certificate, and this is the DAO, affiliate marketing 3.0. And if you look at archived, it tells you that it has been archived. This entry has been failed to maintain a registered agent in the state, which they didn't have a public identifier, and they got told about this, and they had 60 days to fix it. And that's because their website's been down and for whatever reason. Now this means that it's basically archived, and that means that it's game over. So there's no way that they can get the entity. So when Joe should have a slide about new products
you will
coming
receive
yesterday they labeled this as one of them, which was to my
until you have 2x your subscription amount. And that means when you buy a $500 license,
this was the screen that we had on yesterday's meeting here. I took a screenshot of
trading will be $1,000 or $2,000 or $6,000 or $10,000. Now that's pretty exciting, isn't it? But, you know,
affiliate
we wanted
marketing
to add the cherry on the
already
cake.
registered as a
And
DAO.
this is license number 5. License number 5 is $10,000. When you buy a $10,000 license, you will receive unlimited flash loan trading allowance until you have achieved trading profits of $20,000. Literally, what more could you ask for from a platform? You don't need any experience to trade. You simply click a button. You don't need any assets, any capital to trade. It's provided for you with the.
There is something else I wanted to show you as well. If you go to the community area of my website, I actually have posted a couple of updates. One of them was actually Lucky's DeFi, and the other one was a letter about Diversal, how Diversal is claiming to be a separate entity, and they did buy the database. So you can see the video here, but have a read. Also, there's been people arrested in I don't know what country, but we're going to have the people that have been involved in the arrests that have been made for Hyperfund or Hyperverse. They are going to come on our show, which is really exciting. And here's the letter from Diversal. Diversal basically stating, there's their letter, and here's my reply to companies that thinks it's okay to buy a database from people that have been scammed. So just 2 real good juicy articles. And I think there was another one in here, the message from Lucky as well on the update. So just remember to check out the community. I'll drop the link and we'll go back to the boring show.
We have the check match bonus. When you sponsor one person to the left and one person to the right, you will qualify to receive a check match bonus of 10%. The check match bonus is limited on a daily basis to $300 until you rank up. This capping for the check match bonus increases as subscribers climb the ranks. So let's see that in action. So here you are, you join as a basic subscriber, you have your $500 license. You then introduce one person to the left and one to the right. They both buy a license. You are now a premium subscriber. And you then introduce your third person who then buys a license. You now qualify for a 5% kickback of $25. But you have now generated a check match bonus between your left and right, which means that you now earn the 10% bonus, which means $100, which gives you a total income of $125. For simply sharing an opportunity, for simply saying to somebody, come and watch this Zoom. This looks really exciting. That's so simple. The biggest companies in the world online have built those companies on the premise of you sharing your experience with that company. And that's all you're doing. It's nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual. Nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen.
Each time you subscribe to either a BTCC miner or a Boomerang license, this investment gets 3x, and this is called potential earnings. The The potential earning amount for all
Got any
income
comments?
and
Chuck them in
bonuses
the room.
is 3x
Chuck
your
them in the chat
subscription
room. You're
amount.
more than welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Repurchases are available for all miners and Boomerang licenses. That means that when you buy a $50 miner, your potential income through the affiliate model is $150.
Hello, everyone in the
Or
chat room. Nice to see you here.
$1,500 or $15,000. When you buy a license through the affiliate model, your potential income is $1,500, $3,000, $9,000, $15,000, or $30,000.
$30,000.
Now, why do we call this potential income? I mean, after all, we know it works. I've been here since day dot. Many of the other leaders have been here
We've
for
shown you that
many
it's
months.
a simulation there, Joe.
And they know it works.
And
so
you
why
said-
call it potential income? Well, because really we don't know whether you work. We don't know what your plans and goals
Oh my
are.
God.
If you wish to join and be a what's called a passive member, a basic subscriber, and you trade on your own and you mine on your own, that's fine. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're not your boss. We're not your mother. You make your own
Not your
choices. We
mother.
simply
We're
are here
not
to
your
guide
mother.
you in achieving whatever it is
Mother from
you choose
another
that you
lover.
wish to achieve. So if you want to be on your own, that's absolutely no problem. But if you're here with a bigger vision,
Monopoly. It's like a
with
game
a sense of
Monopoly, isn't it?
excitement, with a sense of motivation, a sense of ambition,
just in
you've
case
already
you
got a
missed it,
list
guys,
of names running
Nothing that
through
they've
your
got
mind,
going here is real.
people that you know
This is
would be
all
excited
simulated stuff.
by this opportunity, then these potential incomes can become realized incomes very quickly. Now, this is our Ascension Club bonus system.
Ooh, bonuses
Starts
on
at the
nothing.
rank of Sheba.
And you can never get your
Once
money
you've
out.
done
Game of
$100,000
Monopoly.
worth of business on your left and on your right, you will achieve the rank of Sheba.
Sheba
The benefit for you is that your daily income cap is increased to $360,
Woo,
and you will receive $1,000 of Sheba tokens in recognition for your efforts. And as your business volume continues to increase, you will move through each of these ranks, having your daily income
You
cap
shouldn't be so
increase
negative, Richard.
and
so
receiving the
stupid.
tokens of that particular rank in recognition, all the way up to the rank of Bitcoin. Once you have done $20 million worth of business on your left and your right side, your daily income cap will be $1,500,
Wonder what the
and you will
URL is going
receive
to be.
$1 million worth of
I am tempted to have a
Bitcoin.
wee look. I might
Now,
just have a
maybe
wee-
you're looking at
a
this
wee
thinking,
nose
how on
and see
earth
if
do I
can
do
guess what I think it
$100,000
might be.
on my left and right, let alone $20 million? Remember, this is a binary system. This is a combined effort. We are a community all pulling in the same direction,
Something's pulling.
all working to the same goal. So this is not, this $100,000 is business volume that is not created simply by you alone. It is a combined volume of your entire tree. It is in
Sounds like an
everybody's
idea.
benefit.
Imagine if
to
I
want
found the
to
URL they're
achieve
going to launch
these
on.
ranks.
I reckon I can figure it
And
out.
I'm excited to see
If it
any one of
exists,
you do
which I
it.
don't believe it does. But if it does, I reckon I'll
Now,
be able
this
to
is the
find
same ranking
me-
system, but in
give
chart
me a
form.
minute,
Feel free
please.
to print this off, take a photo of it, stick it somewhere prominent in your house. Let this be your motivation of where you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months. But more importantly, where you can help someone else be in the next 6 to 12 months. Now, this is the structure pool income. To attain mega pool by accomplishing a business volume of $1 million of Boomerang licenses, or by securing 3 node subscriptions on your left and right side, you'll be eligible to receive a monthly
Excuse me
share
for coughing.
of 4% of the total company revenue. To attain gigapool by accomplishing a business volume of $5 million of Boomerang licenses, or by having a minimum of 2 members who have achieved mega node pool rank on your left and right side, and you'll be eligible to receive a monthly share of 7% of the total company revenue. To attain TerraPool by accomplishing a business volume of $10 million of Boomerang licenses, or by having at least 1 giga member on your left and right side, you will be eligible to receive a monthly share of a whopping 10% of the total company revenue. But that's not all. You will also be granted a free node subscription. Now, I don't have the time or the slides to be able to show you why a node subscription is so exciting. But if you
So
refer back to
exciting,
the
guys.
person who brought you here this evening, or if you're already a member, refer back to your upline, and they'll explain to you exactly what a node subscription is
Who
and
knows?
why it's so exciting and why it's so profitable. And finally, we come to the terms and conditions. A flash loan will be granted exclusively to whitelisted wallets and have a free $50 miner included. On
Yay.
MVP, users
Well,
who
here we go.
obtain
Now
the
we're going to get
Boomerang
some
license will be able to
announcements.
utilize
They're
their
going to
flash
get
loan.
off here as soon
All
as they
new Boomerang
can.
licenses will have
So when
unlimited
this meeting
flash
comes
loan
to an end,
until
they
2x
won't ask
the
any
license
questions.
purchase price
They
has been achieved.
they'll give an announcement about
Introducer kickbacks
how
and
it's
check match
definitely going to be
bonuses
loaded.
are credited
Sorry,
to the
definitely going to
account
be
on a daily
launched.
basis.
And we've got an update
Subscribers
from
have the opportunity to receive Ascension
Lucky.
Club rewards
They
from
will
multiple
throw her
clubs.
under the bus.
For example, if a subscriber has achieved Cardano rank in the club, then they will receive club bonus from Cardano, Doge, Tron, and Shiba as well. Ascension Club rewards will be credited once a month. All affiliate earnings are subject to a fixed 2% admin fee, but no withdrawal fees. Minimum deposit and withdrawal is 10 USDT. Pool income will be calculated based on the total company revenue for the period starting from the first day to the 30th day of each month. The maximum earning amount for all income and bonuses is restricted and capped to 3 times the subscription amount. The Bitcoin Ascension Club has no 3x capping. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. And I certainly hope that you can see just how exciting.
Here we go. Oh, and he's jammed. Something's happened there. Do you want to talk about it, guys? No sound. Is that me? You? I think Joe might have done that. Interesting. Don't know what's happening there.
This opportunity is. And
back.
this is only the beginning. The future is to create an income mining. Back to you, Grace.
Present ring to their presentation. As you can see, I'm sure that everybody brought out their pens and notebooks and took notes. So make sure to jot your questions. So when we ask you for your questions, you'll raise your hand to be able to ask those questions, and we'll get them answered at any point in time. Make sure. So that concludes our event for for today.
That's it.
Instead, we'll have the US Prime. But thank you so much all for coming. Make sure to get back with the person, and you guys get with the person that you invited, so that you guys can get together and move forward if that's what you want to do. Now, the next time that you can see a presentation will be at US Prime Time this evening. And we look forward to welcoming you there and anyone else that you wish to bring. And then we'll see you tomorrow.
So that's
Tuesday.
1,000
look
people.
Forward to seeing you
maxed
then.
out a meeting.
Have a great evening. A great day.
She's flustered.
And
look at Joe.
You give you back the rest of your time.
Wow.
Bye, Ron.
Look for people putting their cameras on. Look for people putting their hands up. You know, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's really taking the piss out of people, isn't it? You know, we've got 864 people. Everyone's now leaving. This lady here, I don't know what planet she's on, but she must be one of the paid actors. Put a message. And you watch, they'll turn the camera off, or they'll just turn off the Zoom. They don't like it when I broadcast people, and they obviously watch me. Let's see. Oh, I think we've been going already.
So good to see so many friends.
Well, they're actually here to
thank you all for being here. Friends.
There we go.
It is so nice.
The meeting has ended.
So
what do we get out of that?
Shared with us some of your time.
We've got.
Thank you, Van and Marina. Look forward to seeing more of you.
So this was the. This is the letter.
The recording has stopped.
And the meeting's ended by the host. Well, wasn't that exciting? So this is an interesting saga. So just before you go, I'm going to show you some clever stuff that you might be able to use yourself. and give you a little bit of an update. And if anyone wants to jump on stage with me, now is the time. So see this for updates. What am I just catching up with? Hi, Susie. So that was the last quick announcement we got from this lady here, which you may recognize in hers. So this is what I believe will happen, because I've been following this longer than most, is I believe that Lucky and Shavez are going to run away and live happily ever after together as two scammers in Dubai, which would actually be very interested to see. Now we've got the announcement here, that we've got. I'm just trying to catch up with some of the correspondence we've been getting while this meeting's been going on. So there is an announcement. I think that's going to be all in Vietnamese, isn't it? Oh no, okay, great. So here's some news to hand, as they say. Let me catch up with some of the comments here. I'll leave this one on stage. My request to all, please see transaction hash after the launch of MPV. I am 100% sure the trade similar will distribute high. Why would you say that? No, would you read that? That's crazy. Crazy. You really think it's going to launch? Is that what you're saying? Hold on, let's have a wee listen.
My request to all of you, please see transaction hash after the launch of MVP. I am 100% sure the trade simulator will distribute high ROI in initial days to catch more fishes.
Oh, I don't think it's going to launch at all, mate. I don't think they can afford to launch. And also, they've got to have a product that works. And that is a major problem, isn't it? So I think we're just about caught up. We're going to read that article in a second. I'm in. Did you get in after all that? You finally got in. That's cool. And nobody is angry. No one's putting their hand up, risking getting kicked out. They're all sitting there begging for breadcrumbs from the leaders, so to speak. Boy, wouldn't you want to come on here and tell people how you're feeling about this not launching? I mean, really, are you going to be happy enough? Are you really happy that the fact that they still have this, this is on the pitch deck that you just saw, that the new products they're still talking about. Now, remember, this product has been launched by We Are All Satoshi, and they're claiming that they're going to launch these new products, a crypto debit card, another trading platform. They haven't got the first one going. So these are theoretically things they're working on at the moment. Altcoins, meme coins. How did the meme coins go for you guys last time? And I think he was getting a commission along the way. And then affiliate marketing 3.0 is our biggest one. No one's talking about the friggin' elephant. No one's talking about the elephant in the room. Have you noticed the affiliate marketing? As they're saying, this is yesterday's slide, already registered as a DAO. This is the DAO here. And listen to this, inactive means this entity has failed to maintain a registered agent in the state. An administrative action has been taken against this identity. And then go to archive. What does it mean? This entity has come to the end of its life cycle. You can no longer reinstate. So this is what they're just yesterday stating, that they have already registered as a DAO. There's your DAO gone. And then the next thing you want to have a look at is you may be familiar with, I don't think I actually bookmarked that one, but we actually found did I not save that? No, but if you haven't been keeping up current events, they have had a cease and desist order. Now, this PDF that I'm bringing up here right now is actually from the state of California. And this is them telling We Are All Satoshi to back up the bus, and it's desist and refrain order, refrain from promoting this. If you go through this 6-page document, you will see that they do not want, the state of California is telling Sam Lee to stop, because this is 6-page here, and it's talking about the whole website, the whole structure of it, every single thing about We Are All Satoshi to stop. And in answer to this, they kicked Sam out of it, and then they come along to their website. Now, their website is actually new. So this domain name is only about, I forget, 3 or 4 months old. And they have a new domain name. The first domain name was weareallsatoshi.org, removed. Weareallsatoshi.io, I can't remember. One of those two got removed. And then they rushed out and got a new domain name called was.network. And if you come down here, you can go past all the people that you don't see very often now. A lot of people have given up on this because it's been 108 days of going to launch and nothing launches, just excuses. And you guys sit here and take it all. So this is a professional IT company. You click on their legal disclaimer, and what do you get? A black and white page. This is brilliant. And on the black and white page, you get their disclaimer and an answer. In answer to that PDF, this is what Shavez wrote. Let's have a listen.
7. Safeguarding reputation and integrity. This disclaimer is issued with the primary objective of safeguarding the reputation and integrity of We Are All Satoshi Was. It unequivocally states that any allegations linking the company with Sam Lee or any other individual are unfounded and without merit. By affixing my name below, I affirm the accuracy and legality of the contents of this disclaimer. Shavez, CEO, We Are All Satoshi Was.
Yeah, so that was lucky. Well, basically lucky. And then all this talk about an audit. And then he gets the audit and he says, everyone wants to see the audit. We want to know who it's from. And so what did he say? I have shown the audit to Lucky. And if you don't have me count current events, Lucky, this is Lucky. And was it KISSING, Lucky and Chavez kissing up a tree? It just goes on. I'm nearly up with all the comments here. I hope you guys are reading them as I click them. But yeah, so are they going to run off with the money? There's a ton of comments in here today. Oh, we're getting closer. So let's have a look. All right, we're up to date with all the comments. Well done, Danny. I'll give myself a pat in the back. Well done. All right, so now we want to have a wee look at a couple of other things. Let's see what we've got. One thing I wouldn't mind having a look at, something I'm very versed about, and that would be looking at the smart contract, the gas keys. So this is the key wallet. This is Chavez's wallet. This is where all the activities, this is where all the birth of conception happens. This is where they conceive their evil ideas. And in here, you can actually go through and look at clever stuff. And I think what you meant to do is you meant to go to scam, isn't it? Let's have a look, see if I'm any good at this. Let's see, transactions. There we go. Oh, look, I'm learning. Okay, and the last transaction was on the 24th of the 14th. So this was 4 days ago. What you do is you go filter scam. Yes, it literally says it's filter scam. It's pretty okay, isn't it? And now we go into here. And if there's any new activity, we will see it right here. And the last contract was this one. So nothing new here. So one would have to think, even doubting Danny is thinking, why would they still be producing these contracts? If this is not going to happen, why is there still activity happening? What do they call these contracts? These smart contracts that no one can read. Because we just really want to know. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with other things, I don't really understand what I'm looking at here. But 3 days ago, there was actually a contract created. And that means there was some form of activity. And I have no idea what that means. Crypto G was sitting here, said he's going to try scratching his head on that one as well. Let's see, talked about the German group. Okay, I've got a couple of interesting things that you may not have been a fay with. But this was their last-ditched attempt at producing something that looked like arbitrage trading. And all that this was a $14 transaction. And notice that it just bought and sold, bought and sold, bought and sold, bought and sold on all the different exchanges. And at the very end of it, after the smoke screen, we finished up with, I think, the same amount of money we started with. Was it 12? Let's have a look. Very good. 12. So we lost money all the way through. I think we lost money. I think we did lose money. And then at the end, we did lose money in gas fees. So don't quite know what that was. But if you compare that to a normal arbitrage trade, and I always like using the one from Top Trump, which, what's his name? Crypto G said this may actually be Shavez testing things, so that made it not very exciting to show this anymore. Thanks very much, Crypto G. But in here, you can actually see that somebody traded $6.69 on the arbitrage trading, and this is like the old one when people thought it was real. and there'd be 9 lines of code. So if you go down to the 4th line of this code, and if it was less than the 3rd line, that actually meant that trade that you're looking at here actually lost 3 cents. And it also incurred 2 cents worth of gas fees. But as you can see down the bottom here, that got paid out $1,497. And there's full transparency. When that happened, that money was never withdrawn off the blockchain. So that's why we think it might have been part of the testing. So that's some information there that I found quite interesting. So we have some other addresses that have popped up since I've been doing this. Obviously, I've got something to watch. We're going to have a look at some stuff here, and hopefully we'll be able to figure out what's happening here. I am now totally in the dark. These are the contract addresses. There's 461 contract addresses. Is that what I'm looking at? Or do I look at the second one that you've given me? And this is one address. So there has actually been some more activity. I think that's what you're trying to subliminal send my way. There's one address. And I assume if I click on that, I won't destroy anything. Fetching. And if we went and had a look at that address, we'd probably find that the creator of that could be Shavez. Is that what I'm looking at here? What am I looking at, Susie? We'll put this up here. This whole idea of car arbitrage is copied from a very small company who had 899 codes and a wrapped audience by, oh, look, I can't understand all that, mate. It's just a little bit complicated. That is a new token on the BTC. Oh my God. So they're going to release a product, aren't they? That's what they're going to do. They're going to release a product. Boom, da, da, da. I haven't got my noise today. Oh, yes, we have.
Don't worry about it.
What noise?
You make plenty of noise anyway, Admiral. So
yeah. So they've released a new token. No? Yes?
Yeah, it should be in the list of contracts. That's right.
Oh, right.
You got it. Is that
Oh,
it?
of course
Is that what you're looking at?
What I'm doing here, mate. I'm the most untechy person when it comes to crypto, but I've learned so much over the last few months thanks to yourself and Susie. But now I'm dangerous.
Are you?
Well, that's true. Well, I'm dangerous when I might inform people about what this means. But what does this mean? A new token? Do you think they're trying to sell to come up with another product?
Of course they need it. Of course they do. If they're going to, I mean, I think when Tiger made a comment earlier about something, I think perhaps he meant you got the wrong end of what he was saying in terms of they need to create, they need money flow, don't they? They need to keep the money flow going. So if they actually launch it in a way that actually generates, because they've got a few hundred million there, haven't they, ready to, I know 65% of it's been fished out, but there's probably still got 40-50 million to play with and the rest. So yeah, they could possibly launch it and give people that fish bait, and then launch another project and just keep cycling the money that comes out round in the system.
Well, if you look at it this way, if you thought about it and you thought, well, this is, let's say Danny's right, and this is all the criminal network of Hypertech Group, and their job is to scam and get as much money as they can out of people. Now, they have got a very active audience of people, which takes ages to build up a community like this. So why wouldn't they come up with a new product and fool the people that still believe?
Yeah, for sure. It's and everything is suggesting to me that they are trying to push this live. He is. If he wouldn't be deploying new contracts if they weren't still trying to to generate that hash for everyone, because they know how important it is.
Danny Logic is quite interesting, because Danny Logic, when I look at this, I'm thinking, wonder if because they know that we look at the activity. So I'm wondering if they're purchasing their own activity here. Is it possible that they're buying or, creating cash flow? Because I know when I've seen pump and dump coins, they look at the liquidity volume. And then I found out that they can actually buy and sell their own tokens to themselves and create, false liquidity. Is it possible that they might be doing this with this contract to keep us thinking that it's all alive? Because some communities you talk to don't seem to follow it like we have been, and they're quite happy with activity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to know the answer to that. But I mean, there's always some level of market manipulation going on for sure. But I think we've you and the Avengers together have shown them how I think more of the community are aware of the hashing and being able to see the stuff on the blockchain. So now they're ready to now they're ready for the new contract to not all of them, obviously, a lot of them are still unplugged.
Yeah. Been talking to this other organization that fights crime like we do, but in Brazil, has been really amazing, because the video that I released yesterday was a couple of Spanish people.
So I was. Are you talking to the audience? Are you okay?
No,
no worries.
I'll talk to you about this. This video here is but this video was actually originally recorded just 3.5 weeks ago. But it's at the Portugal. And it was just quite interesting that they also seem to like they're trying to get into Vietnam, and the Indian community seems to have sharpened up quite a lot. But it's just really kind of interesting that they can storm into these countries, and before that country catches up with all the bad press, for the use of a better word, they make a whole lot more money. And it's like these waves. Let's next they'll be going to Africa, or if they haven't already, you know what I mean? And they just keep flogging these countries and going rinse repeat process.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you've both pointed out, or both you and Rob have pointed out, that without victims, it's difficult for the authorities to they haven't got the weight that they need. So people need to grab that email that the colonel put, and perhaps you've put up previously, or maybe put it in the pin it, so that people can actually write into the appropriate bodies and tell them, look, hey, I think you need to look at this. There's so they've been making promises. So everything in the first however many 3-4 months has been based on a completely different product to the one that they're pushing out now. So all of the promises that they've made have been based on a completely different project, and that is mis-selling. If you did that in the traditional system, there would be some kind of legal claim, and there have been in the past, certainly over here in the UK, for mis-selling. It's usually insurance, but some might argue that's a bloody scam as well.
Yeah, well, I actually stopped my insurances. I don't have any at the moment, because I'm so financially ripped. But it's you look at all the money you pay for insurances. I think I was paying all my health insurances and everything. I just sort of thought, oh, I'm just going to stop it. But that's $400 or $500 a month I was paying just in case, and God forbid maybe something goes wrong. But I mean, imagine how much money I pay over the years.
Well, you just spend half of that money on buying Bitcoin every month or year or whatever, and
there was a reason
you might actually end up.
It wasn't because I wanted some play money, so I just keep it going.
Well, you'll never have any play money unless you get ahead of things, and how else? Excuse me. How else are you going to get ahead of things?
Yeah.
You can't do it by working, unfortunately, these days. I mean, yes, if you're an entrepreneur and you find a narrative like you have before, and you find a way to extract value based on the skill set that you have, then it's potential. If you work hard enough, you can get in front. But they're, as I've said before, they're constantly nibbling away at your savings, even though you've got the same number there. Your purchasing power is being eroded, and that makes it even more difficult to get in front of time and space, as they say.
Well, I don't have any savings. I literally live on my credit card at the moment, and that's basically just about on the red line. So my experience now is what I'm trying to do is obviously stop my expenditure.
Yeah.
Exceeding.
Good place to start. Yeah, absolutely. Good place to start.
Yeah. So we have lots of things that we can claw back on. Just even like Netflix. I don't have Netflix anymore. So I've simple little wee $30 here. My most expense is probably licenses for software. So like Canva.
Yeah.
Even the software I'm using now to broadcast, costs money. So everything I could do, I just went through my credit card bill and thought, right, I don't need that. I can live without that. And in saying that, I've earned my biggest year ever was $275,000 in 1 year take home wages. And that was back in 2004.
Yeah.
So I'm used to, I know money, know how to generate money, and also know that if you work hard, things turn into something. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I still believe that some financial reward will come from this. And you create opportunities as you go down life's merry lane, if you know what I mean. But if you don't do nothing and you just, I could go get a job in the supermarket and go beep, beep. But, I make enough money from my drop shipping to survive, but I'm not thriving. And I do believe that you're a victim of the economy as well. So
well, you're not alone. You're not alone in that, Admiral. That's, I think, there are many struggling in the same way.
Yeah, I find it exciting, mate. Like I do. I find if I'm not fighting for something I believe, then did I don't know if you listened to the start of this video here. We played this before, but listen to these guys.
If you don't want to do something, don't do it. But I don't know why he's a self-professed savior of everybody in the world. Maybe his name is
talking about
Oz.
you. That's Danny.
No, I think it was the other guy just coming back with multiple accounts. It looks like.
No, but I think it's Oz.
I don't know. I think it's Idiot. First name Idiot, last name Asshole. Excuse the French.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have some psychological issues, and they were scarred as a young child or something. Maybe I don't know.
What was that other project they were doing?
Oh, Vortex, is it? Vortex? We had it here.
Robex, was it?
Oh, yeah, I started with V.
Or was that somebody different?
I'll find it here in a second.
That's where we need Bob and Susie will know this detail.
Yeah, but I thought it was quite funny. These guys they come out of retirement to get on front of you, and every single thing that these guys had promoted from day dot hasn't worked.
Right, Vortex United.
That's it.
Marco Maloriello.
Yeah.
Maloriello. Yeah.
And there's a new link here.
It incorrectly, but he's been in before. Marco's a returning potential Avenger wannabe.
Okay. Is he in here now?
He was earlier. I'm just looking through the chat just in case.
Yeah.
It's important to engage with the chat. I think.
Yeah,
come in.
I do.
It's very easy to get distracted. Yeah.
Well, it's not distracted. It's quite difficult running it all at the same time to actually be able to run a show like you've got a team of people behind you.
You need a little assistant, don't you? You need a co-pilot.
Well, we can. There is that option. For example, if I wanted to, I can actually I can pop me on the stage, and then I can have a camera. So now I've got an assistant Danny over here. See, and that's because I had to set that up and have that running in case I crash.
Susie's popped in here. If you find value in Danny's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and share with a friend to inform them about these scams. Well done, Suze.
That'd be awesome. Thank you. And I made it easy for you. If you click that link, it will take you straight to it. So it's pretty cool. Also, the poll, we'll end that in a second, but we got 42 votes. I think 45 votes is the most I've ever had for a poll. So thank you so much. Now, we're trying to bring up
AMC AI arbitrage.
Excuse me I've got a
AMC AI arbitrage was the Susie's saying that was the Dumb and Dumbers other project.
Oh, yes, yes. And that was probably paying 65% as well. What am I looking at here? We're looking at search a website. Oh, it's invalid. So what website do we search for? Is that a new update? App, Boomerang, Boomerang. Excuse me, this friggin' bug. Trade.
Yeah, it's been coming for the last couple of evenings, isn't it, that cough?
Oh, yeah. Verify you're a human. How do I do that?
Turn your camera on.
I know, it's right. My human face. Here it comes. What have we got? Get the score. Could not find. What did you give me that address for?
Could not find any human in this human.
I reckon. Yesterday, this website address was live, which was really interesting. But even though they moved server, so I wouldn't mind betting they're going back to the old domain. And I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I go to this site called URL Scan, urlscan.io, and you can come in here, put in a website address. I'll just get rid of all the crap in the front of it. And I reckon if anyone's going to find, could not resolve domain. So that domain name has been something dubious has happened on that. So let's go to another area, I know. We have actually got another clever site. And let's see if we can find out what's actually happening. Web tools, DNS checker. So I want to know whether that domain name has actually been taken off. So you can see a healthy domain name. It's got ticks on it. A couple of red slashes on that. Interesting.
Indeed, they are P Music.
Yeah, nice to see him. P Music.
Is he? Yeah.
No, he's
these buggers are still going. He's saying.
Well, look at this here, guys. This, app boomerang.trade domain name is 100% red. That means the DNS, that domain name's either been removed by somebody with authority, because that is unusual. You know what I mean? So if I go to another website I've got, which we'll do a web tool one. We want something that shows the history of the domain name, like when it stopped pinging itself. Because that's really, you've been busy. He's been traveling around. What country you're in? Still in Hawaii, P Music? We're having a lot of fun here these days. Not crawled yet. Yeah, so I don't know what they've done with that, but I reckon something big's happened to that. That's kind of, to have a dead domain name is big. Like you just won't get that. Just because you're taking your website down, it doesn't mean that the domain name's going to die. And if I was by myself and no one was watching me, I'd probably go to this website where I register my domain names and actually search in the domain name like I wanted to own it and do search. And then when a box pops up that you probably won't be able to see, or you might be able to see it. Oh my goodness. Boomerang. Have I spelled that wrong? Please tell me I spelled that wrong.
I can't see the screen, Dan. It's a bit small from where
Have I spelled that wrong?
I can't see the screen, Danny.
It's all right. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, no, you put Boomerang.
Yeah. It's a nice name.
Put an R in.
I think I should register it and start my own arbitrage trading platform. Oh, well, that explains.
Do you think you should try looking? Do you think you should try looking for Boom and Nag, because they obviously named the smart contract Boom and Nag, didn't they? So,
because I'm very dyslexic, I'm trying to spell that. It doesn't have an R in it. That's correct. Is that right?
Boom. Yeah, Boom has no R.
All right. So that's interesting for me, because that's, my brain said that didn't look right, but I couldn't see the spelling mistake.
You knew something was up, didn't you?
Yeah, I was kind of embarrassed by that, but that there helped me identify the fact that it is up. So now I'm just going to search for that, and we'll start this whole process again, and everything I just said would make sense. So we're just going to pretend that last 5 minutes didn't happen, okay? Because now we're going to go back and use all the clever stuff that I do know that works once I've got the spelling right. Boy, not being able to spell things has got me into so much trouble in the past, I can tell you. All right, so let's have a public scan on that one. let's go to this one. And let's go to web tools on that. And let's see what we can bring up. And we'll have a wee smorgasbord of technology for everyone. And now we'll go back to the start. We'll see that this name is unavailable, which is what I was hoping would be. And I'm now just another pop-up box has popped up and it's asking me for information on who actually owns it. So I'll just bring that up in a second. I don't know if I can actually bring this up so you guys can see it. But when you do a search like that on a domain name, you can often see who owns it, but that's not going to allow me to do it, unfortunately. So I'm just going to I'm just going to do a screenshot of that and show people. When you look up the mechanics of a domain name, what actually happens. Right, get rid of that one. Right, so this is when you do a search on a domain name, it tells you you have to have it registered with a company, and in this case, it's registered what looks like with GoDaddy. And then they have a choice to pay for a little bit extra, and you can hide all the retracted for detail policies, so we don't get to. But normally in the olden days, you used to be able to look up a domain name register, and you could actually find all these details. But the server that looks after the website is called nes29domaincontrol.com. So then what I would start to do is I'd look up that and see who hosts the website. And then I'd, do all that. So, but I know from experience, you can actually create your own NS29 names if you've got another domain name. So you just keep going around in circles, to be honest. So it's nothing too exciting there.
Did you see this from P Music about it going off to Melbourne, Thailand, Vietnam, and Dubai? 3 weeks in Vietnam, 4 weeks in Dubai. Hey, it's not the 3 weeks that Chavez is going off to Vietnam, is it?
Well, yeah. Do you think you can
don't fancy doing a bit of recon?
It's like, just throw yourself under some bus, be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
thought about that loads. If only we had some people on the ground in these other countries, it would make life so much easier.
Yeah. It's interesting. What have I got 2 cameras on? I wonder how many camera angles I can actually have.
That's your AI assistant, isn't it? The other one.
Yeah, that's right. He's just a bot. It says remove, so I don't know why. How many people have I got on stage? I'm trying to figure out why. Remove. I see. It's a bit weird.
Flax come in to tell you that you spelt the name wrong.
We finally found a use for you, mate.
He's trying, man. He's trying. He's just he's just embedded in the MLM thing, and it's I know. Just look, I've got 3 versions of me on the screen at the same time. This is what you call rent a crowd. you rent yourself the AI versions of yourself. Look, like my t-shirt. Got them off my own website. No, I don't know which one of you is talking now.
Oh, all of us, all at the same time. AI, they change it. P Music has I think you've got a son that's involved in the sports industry, and you seem to travel around the world with them, if that's correct. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying something like that. Nice. Keeping up with the videos. Sorry for not coming along to the stream. Has it gone live yet? Oh, come on. I'm glad you put that. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. I might just get rid of a few of me off the screen, to be honest. I'm getting a bit Danny'd out, to be honest. So what do we have to know? We've got Lucky, who's decided to put out another ray of hope for people, and she's basically alleging that it's all systems are go. In Houston, we don't have a problem. We have a new token that's been released. So what's going to happen to this token? That's kind of interesting. Is what are they going to do? Release another product to the audience and see if they can grab another ton of dough of them?
Yeah, it's all designed to keep the money circulating on their fake blockchain, isn't it?
Telling me it's fake.
Mickey Mouse
I just
blockchain.
My new favorite website is called urlscan.io, and I put in the app, and in here it comes through, and notice how it picks up all, and this is probably a good telltale sign where I think they're telling the porkies, but that by putting in that domain name, it's figured out all associated domain names. So it's figured out they did the testing.app, and it's picked up every time that they've used a domain name. So we originally managed to find this domain name, and that was XYZ. And then we started exploring that domain name, and then they claimed that someone had hacked their website, blah, blah, blah. But they were running it under this subdomain, which is just stupid. And then they renamed that one to testing, and it was the same website. So if this technology is clever enough to pick up anything associated with that domain name, there's a thing on here that says...
I'm suspicious that this is tactical, though, isn't it? The competitors that he's now talking about a lot is a strategy to allow them to legitimately obfuscate important documentation that would reveal and expose them.
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is the deal. I mean, this is exactly what you're saying is that, I mean, I wouldn't, if I had $140 million worth of money come through my front door, I would straight away, if I was scamming people, I would set up 5 or 6 competitor sites, and also if you look at Trade 11, for example, I mean, Trade 11.
Vibranium.
What's that mean? Is that what? I don't know. But this Trade 11.
That's their smart contract. It's called Vibranium. Right.
Well, they set this up. This website's built on Wix. So this is a throwaway website. I mean, you would not build a smart company using Wix or but here's a website. Now, why wouldn't you set this up?
It's enough. It's been sufficient to drag some USDT and BSC and various other assets into their deposit wallet, though.
Yeah.
Even though it's a crappy website, it doesn't put a percentage of people off, does it? Unfortunately, they don't know. They don't know it's a crappy website for whatever reason.
Yeah. But I presume you log in now. We've gone to sign in. So I've got a login. So should we log in?
I don't know. I'm not. I only look at the back end generally, don't I?
Well, I don't always create lock-ins. Lock-ins. Is that a word? I don't go in here. Actually, it reminds me, I must go to the Promise United and see if I can still log into maybe some of his website. But here I am. Yeah. Now, the real dubious thing about this particular site is when I created a password, it displayed the password on the screen after I created it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then it emailed me a backup of my password. So a company that is around the blockchain industry doing that sort of stuff is just amazing. You just wouldn't do that. And now we're waiting for it to load. As you can see, it's lightning fast technology. So this whole website could have been set up by some people who are just there collecting data of people, and talking to the girl yesterday. So that just killed itself. The girl yesterday.
What was her name again?
Sorry?
What was her name again? I can't remember.
Oh, no, mate. She's got Scully, I think is her nickname.
Was it?
Yeah, and I'm thinking Scully from...
Yeah.
So
X-Files.
X-Files, that's right. Yeah, and I've just, that's my brain looked at that, and then all of a sudden I thought, I think it's meant to be Scully.
And then the other one, Mulder. Was it Mulder and Scully?
Yeah. Don't know, mate. But let's say I'm in the back end of this website. But what this video, and I'm being a bit hopeless, but this video here, these guys were allegedly telling people that they were going to fund their accounts. And then somebody, when I was playing this live last night, come in here and said, you've got zero risk because these guys are going to pay for your arbitrage trading accounts. So then you think, well, what's the scam? But Scully said that they are actually selling people's KYC details and using their details to do money laundering.
Yeah.
So the biggest scam, and then we're talking to Scully last night at 2:00 in the morning. She couldn't believe I was still up. She was explaining that the biggest scam is the human trafficking, and we gave her some leads to certain people that she'd seen before but not clicked. And she said this makes so much sense. So the biggest scam might not be this; might just be the money side of it. The biggest scam might be the human compounds, human trafficking, and that was amazing. But because this was all in Portuguese, I couldn't understand a word they were saying. But why would they fund people's accounts? You know, so
sure.
I contacted the guy in the center of the screen last night, and I basically said to him, well, actually, I couldn't help myself. So I put the conversation in here, and this is what I said to him.
Hello, Narciso. Are you able to get us some of the discounted Boomerang licenses that I see other people selling at the moment? People are selling $500 licenses for $250. I'm looking for someone to sell me 30 of them.
So from a scammer's point of view, that would just be too much to ignore. I think I've just gone too big on that.
Do you come up as Danny DeHeck? Is he going to recognize it?
No. But this was posted on WhatsApp under a username that he wouldn't have saved me. He wouldn't have known who I was.
Okay.
Then I copied the conversation on WhatsApp back to here. And then I put correspondence. I'm deep cover, mate. I'm deep cover, man. I know how to string people along. Susie Stealth. Oh my God. Where's my phone? Oh, here. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello, mother. Sorry, I had to say that. I can't hear you. Are you talking?
She might want to talk to you after that.
I know. I think. Oh, hold up. I've got the volume up now. Sorry about that. Hello, Susie.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Am I live?
Yes.
Take me off.
Well, how can I talk to you now? Do I need to hold it? We have this.
Then I'm gonna hang up, but I'm gonna send you a message, and you have to read it.
No. Wait a sec. I'll disconnect you from the live. I don't want,
all of it.
And I'll put everyone. You talk for a while, Crypto G. I'm putting.
Let me have a little look in the. Let me have a look in the chat box if there's anything that needs addressing. P music. Cheers, Susie. Flack. Sorry for not coming on stream. No, it's not gone live. Very close, apparently. Next week. App Boomerang site came out 34 minutes ago. App Boomerang. Oh, right. Okay, I'll pass that on. Danny will appreciate that, I'm sure. App Boomerang. I think he might be getting told off. Hopefully he's getting told off. He needs to be told off every now and again. So get some earbuds or something just to clean those canals out. Fill your boots, Crypto G. Fill your boots, Crypto G. I just didn't type that. Okay. So what is it, Flack? I mean, that is what it said on the URL scan site. Yeah, it's so difficult through text, isn't it, to actually have to capture. I mean, languages. I always think this part of the large language model issue is that it's so difficult to convey the meaning just using language or text.
Right.
At least when you're speaking, you can convey some more meaning and expression to what you're trying to convey. But unfortunately, it's tough It's tough, and we've only been doing it for 5,500 years. This written language, so we're still learning, aren't we, Danny?
Well, we are. Yeah, it is a tricky game. This. Oh dear, I don't know. It's just so hard. I mean, the last thing I want to do is what I've just done, and but it is a shit show in some ways. It's hard. It is hard to actually get it right. So yeah, so interesting. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. Perhaps.
I'm quite upset about what just happened actually, because it's actually I'm not making excuses for what I do, but sometimes you just get it wrong, and and it's just it's all part of having an audience, trying to create a captive audience, so that you can make a difference. And then I mean, you're the first guy that will tell me I've got to get it right. But if I live by trying to get it right, I wouldn't be here doing this now, because I just can't.
Yeah.
So I just go with what I've got.
Yeah, but it's difficult, isn't it? Because one tries to help direct others, but ultimately they need to have the freedom to be who they are. And I guess really it's about learning from mistakes that we make. And I mean, that applies. There are parallels here. It's that, if you've been caught up in a scam previously, and you haven't learned from that, you try another scam, there's got to be a point at where you learn that that's not actually going to get you, not going to move you forwards, and you need to approach it from a different angle.
Well, you just talked about parallels, and in all seriousnness, like I'm just going to go back to me, because that's what I'm feeling about now. Is I went to school until the age of 14 and then left. And when I got to the age of 23, I went back to hire a teacher to teach me how to read and write. After a year of having a teacher 2 times a week, I come out with a notepad book of all my notes that I couldn't even read. And I couldn't retain the information that I learned. So maybe these people that are involved in investing in these scams are clever in some areas and just not so clever in other areas, where they just don't learn from past experiences. Or maybe they just think they know better. But retaining people are always trying to educate me. So I got to the point in my life where I just said, I've had enough. I don't give a stuff. I do not want to read and write. In fact, reading and writing, it aggravates me, and I don't see the point of it. I'll get somebody else to do it for me, So obviously that's a hindrance. I make mistakes,
But I think you recognize you recognize the value in what you're creating and the Avengers, don't you? So doing whatever you can to nurture that egg is ultimately, I feel, where your focus should try and be, because that multiplies you. There are lots of parallels in life with music, and if you were to clone yourself 5 times and create a 5-piece band, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as having 5 unique individuals with different history, different experiences in life, different skill, etc. And that synergy of those 5 unique people coming together creates something quite powerful. And it's important to forget that you're not obviously a huge part of you're a character. You're the admiral. You're the leader of the Avengers, and I don't think there's anyone else that could do that. And you are going to make mistakes, and you are going to look over things when you perhaps should focus a little bit more. And I get that your history has been turbulent and difficult, and still is. But that doesn't mean that tomorrow can't be a better day, isn't it? Compare yourself to who you were yesterday rather than who somebody else is today.
Yeah, well, I think what I could learn from my own story is that even though I want to do things correct, and I want to get it right, I could easily say I'm stuck in the mud. I'm just not going to change my ways. But I think every day to me is like, yeah, I'm always learning, and if you don't, like every day, I always like to move forward in everything I do, but I still have, like you just watched me spend 5 minutes going on about a domain name that was not working, and it meant that it's 404 error, and that, that's unusual, and I raved on about it, and then I realized I've got a spelling mistake in there, and that was, that just changed the whole narrative.
Yeah.
The whole conversation.
But if you had that,
You know?
but if you had that assistant there, real time, correcting those, look at anyone that is at that next level on YouTube, and they've got a team of people feeding them real time information and helping them, read through the chat and correct errors. And it's, maybe it's difficult though, because these people usually want paying, don't they? So I don't know how one circumvents that. But
I think we'll get there, and that's probably what, going back to my original point, was the fact that if you don't start today and be good today rather than perfect tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Like there will be a time when we'll look back at this time and thought, oh my God, we're flying through the seat of our pants. But even talking to Scully, I'm going to call her Scully now, I can remember. See, that's just stuck in my head now. Before then, I was saying that girl from, and I could say Brazil, but from Portugal. But, there's an opportunity here for us to sort of team up with other organizations around the world. And that will take it to another level. But if we didn't start this, I mean, my very first video, was, was crap. But it wasn't. I could have looked at all these other videos of all these other YouTubers like CoffeeZilla and said, I want to be like him from day one. But one day we might actually have CoffeeZilla wanting to be on our show. Who knows? But if we didn't start,
it's within the realms of possibility for sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
but I think something that Mr. Beast in an interview, I think it was with Lex Friedman. I have said this to you before, that he said, just try and make each video, every time you do it, add something new, make it better some way, do something slightly different, and see how your audience react and the numbers respond to that. And if it's favorable, then you repeat that and add something else, perhaps. And keep doing that until you hit a wall, I guess. And then he mentioned that's time to get professional advice.
Yep.
But don't let it get you down, Admiral. It's tomorrow's a new day, a fresh day, and I'm sure you'll do things in a better way tomorrow.
That's cool.
Just reflect on things, don't you, afterwards? You
I
sit
do.
there
I'm absolutely gutted that I made a muck up, and and everyone in this, I don't know what everyone in the Avengers plays everyone. I don't think anyone doesn't play a role in what we're doing. Like this new girl, Scully, who's come along, she's telling us that we're playing in a dangerous world. I mean, if I was Shavez, I would have offered me $1 million to get rid of me. If I've got all this money coming in, I would have just thrown money at whoever's slowing us down if we are slowing down.
But you'd have that would have been
oh no, I'll take the money.
That would have been game over. That would have been game over for him, wouldn't it?
Well, it's just crazy.
Proof of blackmail or silencing is
I got a message last night from an organization which I forwarded on to our chief guy Bob, and the guy says, can you give me so the guy goes, he gives me a scam, and he says, can we collaborate? Can you help me promote this platform? What's the platform? He's given me the Telegram, he's given me the YouTube video about it. This is an income of inducing, and it's basically a friggin' Ponzi schemer wanting to bribe me. And now he's deleted some of his messages. to promote a platform. You know, so it's not tempting, but I mean, there's people out there saying that we know we have an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
I
amount
think
of people.
I think it's important when you're leading something. You know, I've got this image in my head of you at the front with your hand in the air, and you're screaming the war cry as you're charging down the hill. And it's important sometimes to just reflect and look back behind you to make sure that those that you thought or you were hoping were there are still there with you. And it's, you know, this is what I said last night. Sometimes it's really important to actually go back further and really focus on that data rather than be drawn in by, you know, what's the next thing, because the data that the information we need to bring these guys down is already there. It's just how do we package it in a consumable, you know, an easily understandable way.
You've got as much head on your shoulders as the rest of us, if not more. Where should we take this? What's our next forward step? I mean, I wasn't even going to do a live today because I thought there's no point. We're just, you know, I don't need 108 days of Shavez to know that he's a scammer. And if people don't believe that and still have hope, then I'm thinking, well, why do I get out of bed at 6 a.m. in the morning? I went to bed at 2:30 last night, and I woke up, my dog sitting on my chest going, can I go outside? So I went, stood up there in my undies, out the door, let the dog out. He decided to go walk around like he's just having a wee look around outside. And I went, hurry up, I want to go back to bed. And then I got woken up about 3 times by the dog. For some reason, Pixel decided to keep coming up on the bed and saying g'day. And then the alarm went off at 5:30, and I thought, oh my goodness, 5:30. I don't even know what time it was. And then I'm thinking, what do we do now? Like, what do we do?
I'm thinking it's probably time, if we genuinely want to move the idea of the Avengers forwards, that we have a off-air management meeting where we just, you know, we talk about all of this stuff. Everybody gets enough time to say what they want to say, and everything's on the table, and then we can move forwards. We can create a strategy to move forwards together.
Maybe we need a structure of some sort, and we have different roles.
Exactly.
So
that's exactly what you need.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to what I'm going to do now, guys. I'm going to end this live, and I'm going to leave the meeting open for our Avengers. And if we want to pop on here, we can have a private conversation. But I think I'm actually so proud of who we are and what we've done. I really mean that. I never ever thought when I stood in front of the camera, my first video, that I'd have so much information on my desk, hear so many sad stories from people, witness so much corruption. You know, and honestly, sometimes it overwhelms you. I'm always tired.
Well, before you go, Admiral, I just want you to bring up Susie's last post in the chat box.
Hi from Brazil. No, yeah, I know. It's cool.
And I'll sign off. Yeah. Catch you on the upside.
All right, I'm just gonna end the stream. We can stay in here if you want, but if you got to go. But
right, okay, yeah.
So now I'm just gonna do my thing.
Straight into it.
Yeah. I'll need to change the battery in my camera. It's just about going to die. But I think I'm Danny the Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. You've been listening to another failed attempt of Shavez claiming he's still going to launch this arbitrage trading bot. It's time to storm the castle, guys. It's time to put your hand up in those Zoom meetings and risk being kicked out because you are one that was different. 1,000 people in a Zoom meeting who just keep believing that Shavez is going to deliver. If you've been following this as much as myself and my Avengers, you would not even have a bar of it going a day over launch. We've proven that there's no real arbitrage trading going on. We've got people like Crypto G that's in here, Susie Stealth, they've been watching the blockchain. Over $140 million have been squandered. And then we found out the other day, jaw dropping, that 65% of that money goes to the affiliate marketers who are preaching to you in these Zoom meetings. It's disgusting. And now we've gained a bit of an audience from an international crowd, another bunch of scam fighters, and it's time for a bit of a change, I believe. And that's why we're finishing early today. We're going to get the Avengers on board. I will put the link to the Avengers meetings, and only Avengers will be able on stage. But if you follow that link, guys, we can have a meeting. It will be non-recorded, of course, and we can discuss where we go and where we shouldn't go. All right, I'll see you in the next live, guys. Thank you. See ya.